listening here. But anyway, what I've done since the end of the last stream is I've set up a new water wheel here on the left. It is a perfect replica of the last water wheel. This one on the right is the one we set up last time. This one on the left is the same one. It doesn't have a capacitor bank attached to it, simply because they're pretty expensive and I didn't want to make another one. And so right now this one is actually just not powering anything whatsoever. But my plan is at some point to just make some more of these energy conduits and then kind of run them underneath the ground up and connect them up to this basic capacitor bank, or just to connect them up to the power line that runs kind of underneath the platform here. Just connect it up to there at some point. But for now, it's not doing anything. For now, I don't think we really need it because the capacitor bank is just full on power. It's got way too much. We're producing way more than we're using right now. And so all that stuff should be fine. But I also realized that we have, I think, 2 quests complete here. So last episode, we did build our first basic capacitor bank. And so we can go ahead and claim a reward bag for that. But there is also a quest here for the alloy smelter. Now, it's not actually registered as complete, but we do have an alloy smelter, and thankfully it is a detect quest. It's not a craft quest. I don't think it can be a craft quest because it's done in the QED, but what we can do, I think, is just pick this guy up, and we should be able to go ahead and just detect it like that. Nice. So now we have completed 2 quests, and you know what that means. We have 2 chance cubes, and so we're going to start off today's stream by heading on through into the Nether. We did get a cobblestone framework, which is something we looked at a little bit earlier on. Creates cobblestone from energy, can be upgraded with alloy smelters, sag mills, and crafters to produce different materials. How does that work? Hold on. We have an excess of power over here. Let me see. How does that work? Oh, wow. It just produces cobblestone now, which I guess is nice. So how do we... Oh, okay, hold on. Hold on. I've got to find out how this works now. If I was to grab my alloy smelter... Okay, chat, level with me here. Before we... Like, I want to take this and put it into that machine we've just got. Is it going to consume my alloy smelter? Or will I get this back? And like the same thing for my sag mill as well. If I put my sag mill in there, is it going to consume my sag mill? Or will I be able to take it back out if we need it? No? Is that no, it won't consume it, or no, you won't get it back? Maybe? What? Hold on, we'll try it. Ooh, okay, so putting the alloy smelter in gets you stone, and you can take it back. Okay, putting the sag mill in, that is actually fantastic. So it uses a ton of power, way more than this one water wheel can produce, especially for the gravel and sand. What happens if I do this? That gets glass? Gets us concrete. That gets us glass. That is very interesting. So we can use this for some interesting automation stuff. I guess in that case, I might end up at some point like using this in replacement of the cobblestone generator that we have around the corner here. Like I might just get rid of this at some point. I'm probably not going to do it just yet, basically because we don't have a spare sag mill or a spare alloy smelter. We're using this, we're using both of these to actually process all of our stuff. And so I think this was actually facing this way. I'll go ahead and put that down right about there, and we'll put our alloy smelter back down right about there. But especially for getting sand and gravel, the speed at which it made sand and gravel was ridiculous. It made it so quickly. And so having that here, as opposed to having like the sag mill that takes, look how long this takes compared to how long that took. That was pretty quick. So we might end up, I mean, actually, I guess what we could probably do now is just kind of, even right now, it would you, we'll test it. We're going to test something here, chat. We're going to get rid of this, and we're going to move this for a second. If we were to put down this thing here, it's probably going to start to drain to our power, but we can always make more power. And let's do this, and then let's put in our sag mill, right? We're going to put the sag mill in, and then we're going to set this side here to push. That's going to push all the sand and all the gravel into the automatic sieve. Now, our auto sieve is not particularly the fastest thing in the world right now, but we do have a couple of speed upgrades that we can probably put in there and still be able to function. So let's grab like 6 of those. That's going to go ahead, speed that up a little bit. How much redstone flux is that using now? 86. We could probably do with like some more speed upgrades. And one thing we should probably look into is pulling out all of the stuff from the compactor that doesn't need to be compacted, because like we've got... Well, otherwise, we're going to get backed up with like diamond blocks, electrotime blocks, lapis blocks, Certus quartz blocks. It might take a little while before we do, but we should probably look into it nonetheless and have like a chest like, actually, we could probably even have it pumped into this chest here, the iron chest, because it is connected to our logistics pipe system. But we can try that stuff out. How expensive are the speed upgrades? I know we've made them before. 4 electrum ingots, 4 invar, and then 1 pyrotheum dust. Actually, it's actually really easy. So, I don't know how much power this uses. Is there any way to check how much? It's using 30,000 redstone flux per tick. What? Okay. That's all right. I mean, that's actually ludicrous. That's like that's ridiculous how much that's using. But thankfully the automatic sieve here is slow enough to where it doesn't seem to matter right now. And so what I think I might do, we're producing what? We're producing 320 RF per tick there, and then we're also producing like another 130 RF per tick in each one of these, so another 260, so about 500 redstone flux per tick, give or take, in total right now. And so we could probably afford to get a couple more speed upgrades in here just to kind of speed things up a little bit and try and get some more like gold. And we don't need more iron at this point, but gold especially is something that we could definitely do with more of. And then obviously stuff like diamonds and lapis are always nice to have. And so I think that might be something that's worth spending a little bit of time on here at the top of the stream. But before we do that, of course, let me first of all eat some apple juice, and let's go open some of these loot bags over in the Nether. No. You've escaped the wrath of the chance cubes, for now. I hear you like chance cubes, so I put some chance cubes in your chance cubes. Okay. Okay. Don't forget, we don't die in the Nether. We don't die in the Nether. We don't die in the Nether. Okay, that got rid of all the stuff above us. Is someone going to fall down there? No? Okay. It's a party, and everyone's invited. We're getting so many more. We're getting so much more stuff. So many more, like, chance icosahedrons and stuff. Let's open up another chance cube. Our wool is on fire. Jeb burned to death, which is not great. I have no idea what that chance cube did. But we'll go ahead and open the icosahedron. Ooh, what did we get? We got a snowman in a wand. So I'm guessing that produces snow somehow. And then whatever else we might have got is definitely burned. I would like this wool, though, if at all possible. Oh, you have to mine... Oh, I can't... Oh, no, I am getting it. You have to mine them all individually. I'm not too bothered about the wool. That will come burn. We can make more wool with string. I would like to increase the number of speed upgrades in here a little bit. So, let us see. We should have a bunch of blaze powder, and we do. Let's go ahead. Let's try and make like 4 more. Do you want to go up to 10? Or do you want to go up to like 15? Let's try for 15. I would like to try and get 15 speed upgrades in that thing, and let's see how much redstone flux that uses. We've got over 2,000 redstone, and I think in total, we've got like a ton more redstone over in our chest over here as well. It's not the cobblestone framework. I can also confirm that. It was happening way before the cobblestone framework was even here. We had it last week. So redstone. We also need some coal. I did put some coal into the coke oven because we needed quite a bit more of the treated wood in order to make all of the water wheels. So this is now when most of our coal has gone. We've got 7 coal. I guess we should probably process the 10 coal, all that we have. Yeah, okay. We got this set up. Let's take this. Let's put it through the sag mill. That should get us quite a bit. Oh no, our sag mill's in here. Let's put it with the pulverizer. Yeah, there we go. Okay. We only need like... Well, we only need a few of these, because we need coal dust, right? So what if I was to go ahead and put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of those back in? That should go ahead and get me all the coal dust that I need. We've already got the blaze powder and the redstone, so all we need now is a sulfur, and we also get sulfur from sifting sand, so we actually have sulfur in abundance. So let's go ahead and take 11 of that as well, and then we should be pretty much, I think, good to go. So let's try crafting all that up. Redstone, blaze powder, sulfur, and pulverized coal. That's going to get us a bunch of pyrotheum. Actually, it's going to get us 20 pyrotheum, which is way more than we needed. Do we have any spare electrum? We do, actually. Wow, okay. I didn't think we were going to have any spare electrum. And then invar, we've got some, but we don't have anywhere near enough to actually craft all the stuff that we need. And so you know what? Let's grab like 10 ferrous and then like 20 iron. And let's see about getting all this stuff in. Also, and we'll put it on the smeltery. Also, I would like to... Can we organize this by... Oh yeah, sort. Can I sort this by number of items? There we go. Okay, I want the item we have the most in the top left, and I want it to go down from there. Surprisingly, after like the first 4 streams where we had absolutely no redstone whatsoever, we now have more redstone than anything else, which is actually pretty crazy. So let's go ahead and throw all those in there. That's going to get us, what, 30 invar, which should be more than enough. Actually, I don't even know if that's going to be more than enough. Let's see. Speed upgrade here. Each one needs 4. That does get us 2. We're going to get so many speed upgrades, actually. I didn't quite realize how much pyrotheum we're going to get, and I also didn't realize that you got 2 speed upgrades per craft. And so we're going to get quite a few of these. We can only make, like 8. Not even 8, 7, using the amount of Electrum nuggets we have, but we can always make more Electrum if we needed to in the future. And so for now, this seems pretty fine. Okay, I don't want you to start pulling out the ferrous. Stop pulling out the ferrous. You pulled out 4 ferrous, which is not at all what I wanted. I'm going to put that back in there. It's going to take a while to smelt it, but that should be fine. So this should be ready any second now. That's going to get us a bunch more speed upgrades. We could probably make now more than we should make, because I don't want this to be running too often, because 30,000 redstone flux per tick is way more than we can conceivably generate right now. We would need way too many lava generators to actually get that, like, to a state where it could produce that much. But we're going to pull out all this. We're going to get some more speed upgrades. And then what I want to work on in the next part... Oh, did we complete a quest? Oh, we did! The Splice and Splice. Apparently that was a quest. Oh, I'll definitely take an Enderman head. Those are a pain to get. And I'm pretty sure we've already got zombie heads. What did we get from here? The Amulet of Growth. How does this work? Does this increase the growth speed of stuff around us? Okay, so it goes on our head instead of the eyebrows. You know what? As much as I love the eyebrows, I might be willing to let them go to get some faster growth here. If I was to now run, like, in here, does it increase growth speed of, like, crops around me? Also, let me turn off particles here. I'm going to put those maybe on decreased. Maybe on minimal. I just don't want the potion effects kind of following me around. There we go. Is that how this works? You can activate it, then put it on. Ooh, so I have to, like... How do I activate this? Oh, it's activated now. If I shift right click, deactivated. I see. So if I put this on... Oh my goodness, look at that. Does this have a durability? It does, okay. In that case, let's not do that just yet. Does this work with magical crops, is the question. Because if it does, that's going to be real useful. Make sure it's deactivated for now, though. I'm not too bothered about growing my redstone seeds ultra fast. They already grow pretty quickly, and we don't need that many more of them. Is our invar ready? It is. Let's go ahead and start pulling that out. We've already got the pyrotheum. We've already got the electrum nuggets. Let me do a bit of an inventory dump. We are in a bit of a sticky situation here from an inventory standpoint. We should probably actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take out all of these casts that we made. We made a bunch of casts for a quest not so long ago. And I'm going to put all of these in the chest next to the smeltery, just because they are taking up way too much space in these chests, and we're only ever gonna use them if they're in here. We should also take out what's in here at some point as well. But that reminds me, the one thing that I did want to start working on in today's stream is the logistics pipes request table. Because we were looking at it a little while ago, this thing over here, the logistics request table. It's going to allow us to shift, like, request whole crafts, if that makes sense. So if I wanted to make, let's say, a redstone torch, right now I would have to request sticks, request redstone, and then craft them in another crafting table. With the request logistics table, you can actually go ahead and just shift-click in the recipe for the redstone torch, hit request, and then it will request the specific amount of sticks and redstone that you need. And then once all the items are in the request table, you can just click on it and it will craft it. And so it's actually a lot faster for crafting slightly more complicated stuff than like the system that we have right now. So we'll definitely do that. We're getting quite a bit of invar now, so we should be able to make a couple of these speed upgrades. Let's grab a few of those. That's going to get us 6. Let us see how much that's going to affect the, like, redstone flux usage of this here. So if I put that in there, that's now using 133 redstone flux. For the most part, it still seems to be working fine. My main concern now is, first of all, the fact that stuff's being spit out at us, so we might have to upgrade our server here to one that can move items a little bit faster. We might also want to... I don't know, I think there is more, like, broken ores and crushed dusts than we can fit in the compactor. but we should definitely get this sped up because I think we can definitely put electrotine in here and craft that up, yeah, into blocks of electrotine. We've been doing it for ages. So this is definitely working though. Our speed upgrades are doing fine, and our power system seems for the most part able to keep up with this. It seems to be doing just fine. The problem now is the overflow. Stuff is getting thrown at us, and so we are going to change this a little bit. Let's have a look at getting ourselves a slightly better, or maybe marginally better, server. So we can upgrade to the hardened server, which is just some inval, which we could do fairly easily. We could also probably need hardened glass. Yeah, we could probably actually fairly easily upgrade to the reinforced server. What do we need for the signalum server? Of course, we need a bit of signalum, but I think that might be doable. I think you can make signalum fairly easily in the alloy smelter. Yeah, 3 copper, 1 silver, and 10 redstone. So we might be able to jump all the way up to the signalum server at this point. And even resonant enderium can be made in the alloy smelter with ender pearls, pyrotheum dust, and enderium base. Enderium base being platinum, silver, and tin. We could probably make a resonant server. How are we doing on this stuff over here? We've got 7 ender pearls over here, but we also have quite a few ender lily seeds. So you know what? I think I am going to invest in some enderium here and maybe get an enderium server going, just so we kind of can be prepared for the future in case we want to start upping the amount that sieve, upping the speed at which the sieve processes stuff to a somewhat ludicrous speed. And so, first things first, do we have... I'm going to take some speed upgrades out of here for a second, because it's getting a little bit crazy with how much stuff it's throwing on the floor. So let me go ahead and just kind of dump all this in there. Do we have any platinum left over or any shiny metal? We do, but in the form of a nether portal orb. We'll take that. Shiny. Yes, we do actually. Okay, so let me go ahead and take this instead, I guess. And then for the enderium, we also need hardened glass, which is easy enough, and we need iron nuggets, which are super easy. For this, we've already got the blazing pyrotheum, ender pearls are fine, enderium base, tin, silver, and shiny metal. So tin, we have also got in abundance. Let's take 2 of that. Silver, we have a little bit of, but not really as much as I would like, but we'll go ahead and get some more of that. Was it 2 tin and 1 silver? It was 2 tin, 1 silver, 1 shiny. So we'll take you, you, and you. This might take a little bit of time. I didn't actually look at the time requirement there. Oh, actually, that's super quick, surprisingly. But oh no, it'll be the enderium that takes time, won't it? If we put that, and that in there, that should make us 2 or 4 enderium, but might take a little bit of time here. Although it's not taking quite as much time as I thought it would take. I thought it would take even longer than that. But we'll do that. Is it worth upgrading our item ducts? Because although the server does increase the speed, I believe, at which the items travel, extraction rate is 200%, speed boost is 3 times. So it does give it quite a speed boost. Compared to the other stuff, but it might also be worth upgrading our item ducts to something a little bit better, maybe like the warp item ducts. That might be getting a little out of hand, but actually 6 item ducts and 1 enderium gets us 6 warp item ducts. We can then just hook those up to our power line here, and they'll move instantly from the server to the compactor. And so, given that we've got excess enderium, we're about to get another 2 here in a second, it definitely might be worth doing that. It might be worth upgrading all the things. Okay, so let me grab then, in that case. Let's grab some more tin, and let's grab some more lead so we can make ourselves another 6 item ducts. How much lead do we have? We've got 22 lead. I'm actually quite surprised at some of the outputs here. Like, for some reason, we've got a ton of iron, a ton of tin, a fair bit of copper, but things like lead and silver, we've got nowhere near as much as I thought we would have. We're like, actually kind of struggling on how much we have of those items, which is somewhat odd. But let's go ahead and let's upgrade. Let's actually, first of all, let's craft up some basic item conduits, and then can we do something like that? We can. That's going to make them opaque, but that's fine, because even the non-opaque ones go black when you hook them up with power anyway. And then let's go disconnect this, disconnect that, something like this and this. We are going to have to get a little bit of obsidian and pulverize that in order to get the hardened glass. But here we go. Let's see. So we'll grab obsidian. We'll take 2 of those. And that should be fine. I think you actually get 4 per obsidian. Isaac, make the item conduits. They are very cheap. How cheap are they? Item conduit. Pulsating iron and conduit binder. They are pretty cheap. I don't think these are faster than the warp item ducts, though. They are super cheap, and if I was going to move items long range, I would probably go for those over the warp item ducts, but as of right now, I think the warp item ducts are pretty much instantaneous, whereas the item ducts from Ender.io are a little bit slower. They're definitely faster than what we had, but I don't think they're quite as fast as the warp item ducts with a resonant servo. So we'll take those. What else do we need? Do we need, like, lead dust? Is that what that is? Let's see. I'm fed up already of getting stuff thrown at me. Let's require what? Let's request on lead, and then servo. Let's see. We need hardened glass, which is, yeah, 1 lead ingot, and then 4 obsidian dust. Okay. Cool. Cool. So we can do that in the alloy smelter. We'll throw you in. We only need 4. We'll throw you in. Oh, that's not what I want to do. That's not at all what I want to do. We'll throw you and you in there. We can take, oh, actually, most of that back. Is that going to make the right stuff? Yeah, it is. Okay, cool. It only took 2 obsidian dust in the alloy smelter. I thought that was going to give me something completely different. Thankfully, it did not. Let me quickly grab some more iron ingots, which will be over in this chest. We could have requested some, but it's probably just easier to grab one of those and craft it into nuggets. And we are almost certainly going to have to improve our storage situation in a second, because my inventory is getting actually a little bit ridiculous. We should also go to the Nether to open one of these chance cubes in just a second here. Didn't want a full stack, just wanted the one. Boom, boom, and what are we missing? We've got not the right amount of enderium. That's what we're missing. Is it in here? It is. Okay, so we're going to have 1 spare enderium ingot. I don't really think there's a whole lot that we can do with that right now, but I'm actually fairly happy with how easily we can make those enderium ingots. I thought it was going to take us quite a bit longer before we got to that stage, but it seems like for the most part, it's fairly easy. So we'll put that in there. That should start to pull these out a lot faster, like significantly faster. You can see how fast it's going through and crafting all this stuff up. Now we're going to run into an issue where our alloy smelter is probably not going to be fast enough to go through everything that's in here. And so what do we need for an octadic capacitor? For that, we're going to need 2 double-layer capacitors, some vibrant alloys, which is just some iron, and some energetic alloys, sorry, and some ender pearl, which is just redstone, glowstone, and gold. That might not be outside of the realm of possibility. Like, it's not ridiculously hard to do. And we've also already got, I think, 9 of these capacitors in our system. So making all of this stuff should be fine. And then we can speed this up a little bit. It's probably not going to be a massive speed increase. Actually, I don't know. This might be fine as it is. We don't seem to be having too much of an issue, but let's try putting those extra speed upgrades back in. We'll put those back in. That's going to speed it up quite a bit, and I might even try and push it just a little bit further by taking some of this invar here and crafting up some more speed upgrades. See how many we can do here. We can make ourselves 6 more. Okay, and that's when we're out of Electrum. So if we got some more Electrum, we could make more of these. Electrum's actually fairly easy to make in the alloy smelter. And also now I think about it, we probably should have made our invar in the alloy smelter as well. It probably would have been a little bit faster. But let's go ahead and throw those in there. Let's go speed it up even more. We're now using 180 redstone flux per tick. And also even more redstone flux per tick in this thing. But, again, for the most part, it seems to be holding up just fine. We're not kind of breaking the bank on the lava generator over there. This thing's only using 60. It seems like, for the most part, this is all pretty good. Let me have a look over here. Let me just check that we're not, like, super low on redstone flux over here. We're not. The water wheel's still going fine, and this is connected up to the power that's being used over here as well. So even if we start to use more than the lava generator can produce, it should be able to start pulling from this water wheel, and then we do also have this water wheel, which as of right now is not hooked up, but we could hook it up fairly easily in the near future. And let me quickly drink some apple juice here. So, now that that's done, I want to do one of a few things. The first thing that I want to do is put some of this stuff away, because we've got way too much stuff and also absolutely zero inventory space. Mainly, I just want to put away that Enderman head, because that is the one thing I do not want to lose. Next thing I want to do is go to the Nether and try and get myself some of... open up the chance cube. I don't want to get anything. I want to open up the chance cube. And then once we've done that, I think we'll turn and start looking into a little bit more of that logistics pipes request table and see if we can't get one of those up and running as well. Oh, that was close. Thankfully, we didn't die, but also, we got like a bunch of anvils. You know what? I'm going to do this. Don't crash. Please don't crash. It's going to crash. I pressed spacebar and left mouse button on the hotbar there, and so it tried to put the golden bag of holding into the golden bag of holding, and now we might be we might be in for a world of hurt. Let us pick up these anvils. Hopefully the frame rate picks up as everything loads in. There we go. Okay. Let's not try. Note to self, do not try and put a golden bag of holding inside of a golden bag of holding. Can confirm it will not work. Now, how much iron do you get from a slightly damaged anvil in... We can get 22 out of an induction smelter, and then we get... What? We get so much iron if we put that into a smeltery. That is actually ridiculous. I would vein mine that cobblestone, but I really don't want all that much cobblestone. And so, here we go. Let us go back through the portal and return. So now we've got all of those anvils, which I guess is nice. Let me quickly throw those into the smeltery, and let me make... We should probably... Do we have any spare logistics pipes? I don't think we do, but I think our system does know... Oh, we do actually. So I guess we'll take 2 of those. Also, our system should know how to make those now. It does. Can it make, like, 2 more? Missing a gold gear? No. Okay. It doesn't know quite how to make those 2 more just yet. We could probably try and automate that, but we should what we should look into getting is one of the gear press from immersive engineering, so that we don't have to go through the smeltery here in order to get our gears, because it's a lot easier to automate that immersive engineering gear press, because you can just have gold be sent to a chest and then get pulled out, sent through the press, and then turn into a golden gear and get sent back. It's a lot quicker. Speaking of gold gears, we are going to need at least 1 more golden gear here. So, oh my gosh, we're so low on gold. We got 5 gold left. Really? Really? That is ridiculous. Do we have any in here? We don't. That's not going to be great. I don't want to make iron gears, but we might have to make a few as kind of like collateral here. We're going to try and get a gold gear, because I do want to set up 1 more of those provider pipes. Is it a provider pipe? Yeah, attached to the inventory. I do want to set up 1 more provider pipe, which does need 2 redstone and a gold gear. Although, actually... we should have, I think, a golden chipset, right? Like over here? Yeah, we've got 3 golden chipsets. Okay, so we'll take that. And actually, speaking of the assembly table, we do have, I think, 1 diamond chipset in here. We do. We've got 1 diamond chipset, but if we look again at the recipe for the logistics request table, this thing over here, we need, I'm pretty sure, yeah, 2 diamond chipsets to get that going. And so we should... Before we kind of get too far into the craft there, get this going, because it does take 2.4 million redstone flux in order to complete. And so, let's go do this. So that's going to craft that up. We might start to see a bit of a power dip now, although, for the most part, power seems to be holding steady, which is good. Also, everything over here seems to be doing fine. We should just now be getting more of everything quicker, which is good. And also, let's get like some of these dusts put into here, just to kind of empty out some space in this chest, because eventually we're going to have to upgrade this to a gold and then eventually a diamond chest as well, because that one's getting a bit ridiculous. Okay, so that's going to take a little bit of time. Not too long though now, because all these lasers are fully online and working. We should probably look into actually expanding this as well, to getting some more lasers and to getting everything up to a slightly faster speed. But whilst we're waiting for that, let us go and take our chipset here, take the new logistics pipes that we've just got, and grab a little bit of redstone, and we should be able now to make 2 more of these. I guess potentially 3 more if we were to go ahead and grab 1 more set of logistics pipes, but we can go ahead and get 2 more provider pipes right now, and then I'll probably just instantly go ahead and craft those up into, or upgrade, get some new chests, I should say. I don't know where my mind was going with that sentence. I should probably almost instantly get 2 more diamond chests. So you know what, let's grab... I guess I should just do it from here. Let's grab, like, a bunch more oak wood. Actually, let's not grab it from there, because last stream we did realize, finally, that the sawmill is faster, and so I do have some wood in the sawmill now at all times. So, let's get some sticks. Let's use those to make ourselves a redstone torch, or 2. Once we've got 2 redstone torches, we can go ahead and use those to make 2 of these provider logistics pipes, and then once we've got those, we can get ourselves a chest. We're probably not going to be able to upgrade this to diamond chests, actually, because we don't have anywhere near enough gold to make that happen just yet, but we can upgrade both of them to iron chests, and we should be fine. So, now we've got some extra storage space, which is nice. We can go ahead and dump all our stuff in there. It doesn't necessarily look the best from a piping perspective. It's a little bit of a mess here, but now that we've done that, let us go back into the quest book, and we've unlocked Epsilon, which is interesting. I'm not quite sure what quest we completed in order to unlock that. Maybe the alloy smelter? Or something else, maybe? I'm not quite sure. Also, how much... Do we have any energized alloy? We don't. I thought we'd already made some, but apparently that was not the case. I would like to make the logistics request table. My mind today is not ready to say words. I would like to make the logistics request table. To make this, we need 2 stone bricks, 1 crafting table, 1 hopper, 1 request pipe mark 2, which also needs a diamond chipset. So you know what, let me quickly grab 1 more diamond here so we can make another diamond chipset. As well as 1 crafting logistics pipe mark 2, which is easy enough. It's a good thing we kept 1 of those golden chipsets. And then finally, 2 diamond chipsets and a chest. Should be fairly easy, but you may also notice that it's not done in the typical crafting table. It's done in the soldering station, so we are going to have to make that first. Thankfully, I don't think it's too hard to make, and it is fairly easy to use as well. In order to make the soldering station, what do we need? We need a crafting table, 6 iron, and a redstone. It's actually the easiest recipe. And so let's grab, I don't want to grab some oak, oh gosh. Oh, I was going to say, where did you come from? But you quite clearly came, no. Why am I attacking you with a wrench? There we go, okay. Whew. I was going to say we don't die in the Nether, but we're not we're not even in the Nether. My brain just instantly assumed that we were in the Nether when pigmen were around. So let me grab some iron, and then let's grab some of the wood out of here to get ourselves a crafting table. I was going to say, why is that full? It's because of the sawdust. That thing is so quick. It's crazy. All right, let's get a crafting table, and then let's get the soldering station. I think we should just be able to put this down anywhere that's connected to the logistics power junction, so putting it here should work out fine. And now I'm fairly certain that we can just put stuff in there for it to craft. What are we missing now then? So we've got the hopper, we've got the stone bricks, we've got the crafting table, we've got the chest, we're missing the request logistics pipes and the chipsets. Okay, that is pretty fine. Does this store... Can I leave these items in here is the main question though. The answer is, yes, you can. Good. Okay, that would have been a bit of a pain if I couldn't. So I do need another request logistics pipe, which is a bit of a pain because it does mean that I also have to make another full set of logistics pipes. Thankfully, all we need to get is 4 more gold. We've got 7, so that's actually fine. And then we can request a whole new set of stuff. How are we doing with the wall of auto crafting? It's doing pretty well. Like we've got a wall of auto crafting. Also, we've got 217 iron. That is actually ridiculous. We'll start automatically pulling that out in a second. But over here, we've got a bunch of these crafting tables. Not all of them are hooked up with crafting pipes, just because the logistics pipes require gold, and we don't have really that much gold. We should definitely do some more crushed netherrack sifting at some point. But you can see over here, most of these do have recipes in them. We can now request capacitors. They can make those automatically. We can request like iron bars and all kinds of stuff. And I can request that my system make logistics pipes. The only thing that it can't do as part of that craft is actually make the golden gear, which is why we're doing that by hand in the smeltery. Alright, these should be done any second now. Let's get our, where did I put the gear cast? Did I put it back over here? I did. Alright. Also, let me take that golden chipset, as well as the redstone and the iron. The redstone and the iron shouldn't be kept in there. So we'll put that there. Not what I want to do. Let me turn that off. Let me get a golden gear. Oh, did that not finish? Okay, hold on. Let's finish that, I guess. One more? There we go. Okay. Then we're going to make a golden gear. And then once that's done, I'll replace this with the ingot cast, and we can just kind of leave it to do its thing. Where is my ingot cast? It's in there. I hate this. I hate having chests like this. There shouldn't be anything in this chest, and there also shouldn't be much in this chest either. It's real freaking annoying, but for the time being, it's going to have to do. So we've got that. Let us put that into one of our chests. So we'll just put it in here, for example. And now, if I was to request a set of logistics pipes, if I request 8, because you make 8 in a set, it should be able to make everything it takes 8. It's successful. So we should, in theory, get 8 logistics pipes in here pretty soon. You can put some sort of item frames on the crafting labels, make it much easier to see which... Make it much easier to what each table craft. Yeah, I did plan on doing that. Unfortunately, we don't have any leather, and so making item frames isn't something we can do right now. I was going to do this between sessions and like just kind of show what we were creating here, but we don't have any cows. Like, we set up a grass field over there, and they didn't spawn, so we do need to set up a new kind of grass platform somewhere, I guess a little further in the distance, or maybe just in a different direction, and try and get some place for cows to spawn at some point. But for now, we don't have a decent source of leather, so we can't really do that. There was a way for us to make leather, I do remember, but it's not easy for us to get a nice amount of leather. Anyway, let's go back over to the request table here. Let's try and get this up and running. So we need to get a request pipe Mark II. For that, we need one of these. We do actually need an iron gear, so I guess it is a good thing that I accidentally made one of those. Although, we do have 2 spare in that chest already. So, let's make another request pipe like that. Oh no, like that. And then let's upgrade that to a Mark II. Is it just like so? Like that. There we go. Let's go get some Mark II version. So that's that done. Now all we need is the crafting logistics pipe Mark II, which needs a normal crafting pipe and a golden chipset. I'm pretty sure that at least one of our thingamajigs over here does not have a recipe in it, like this one. So we can just take that, we can go ahead and craft that up, and we should be good to go. You should make a hemp farm, then make string with that, then make leather tunic with that, then put it in the sawmill for 6 leather. That's probably a good idea, actually. We do have hemp over here, and we can get string easy enough, I guess, but having that automated would be pretty nice. So let's put you in there. We do not have a golden chipset? We do. We do. It's in this chest, right? No? I thought it was in there. Okay, in that case, let me just go ahead and I guess request another golden logistics pipe here. Golden chipset here. So we'll take that. We will use that to get an upgraded version of this. I also didn't realize you could craft any pipe back into a normal logistics pipe. That's interesting. But we can do this. That's going to get us the crafting pipe Mark II, and I'm fairly certain that that is almost everything. All we need now is, first of all, to eat, and then once we've eaten, we need to go ahead and get our 2 diamond chipsets, and we are good to make ourselves a crafting logistics pipe, or a request logistics pipe. That's not a pipe, it's a table. Same thing. How long has this got left to go? It has no time left to go? Did I already take one of those? I did, okay. Let's grab that. Flippin' heck. About time. So we'll take you, craft that in here, diamond chipset, request pipe, other pipe. We might have to put some iron in there to make that work. Like possibly right about there. And there we go. We have ourselves a logistics request table. So no longer do we have to carry our crescent hammer around on our hotbar. We can go ahead and hold our electromagnet though. We can now get rid of this, I believe. We might put that back down at some point, but I'm pretty sure we can now get rid of that for good. Put this down. And now, look at this. Chat, look at this. We now have a much closer to actual logistics table, like logistics table. So we can do the same stuff that we've been doing before. Over here on the right, we can still request anything. If I want some wood, I can hit request. Now it's going to put it in this slot over here as opposed to putting it in... Actually, it might still put it... No, it won't put it in the chest. It'll put it here. But also, if I did something like this, we've now got wood. If I wanted to go ahead and request, like, a chest, it's going to go ahead and bring all of the oak it needs to make a chest over to this slot on the left, and then I can just click on the chest. Now we've got 9, I can just click on the chest, and it's going to make it for me. It actually makes life so much easier. Now, the one question is, oh, I didn't want to turn on 3D anaglyph. What are you playing at, game? I wanted to turn on, I wanted to turn the GUI scale down, because I would like to be able to see NEI whilst I'm also in the table. I know that's possible, but it might be possible if we lower our GUI scale to large. Unfortunately, instead, I hit 3D anaglyph, if that's how that's pronounced. And now, we're going to get some horrible red and blue colors all over the place. And it's going to take, like, 3 minutes to go to 3D mode. So if you got your 3D glasses on you, get ready. Put them on. So you're going to get to watch the world's first 3D stream. I don't know anybody who plays with this on. Like, who has got their red and blue 3D glasses on them, ready to play Minecraft like this at 0 frames per second? Oh my goodness. Okay. GUI scale. I'm going to bump that up to large. Does that work? It does. So we can now see NEI over here. It's only a thin sliver, but we can see NEI. Also, don't worry, I'm not going to play like this. I'm going to turn this off. I just wanted to check real quick. Alright, so our hotbar is a bit smaller now, but we can now actually see, we can actually see NEI from in here now, and I think, if I'm not mistaken, if I was to cancel that, I think I can shift-click recipes into this table. So if I was to click on chest and then shift-click the question mark here, and then click done, it's going to put it in there. So even if I don't have the items in my inventory, for example, we've got 10 sticks, I've got some redstone. If I wanted a redstone torch, I could go ahead, click on this, shift click. It's going to go ahead and ask me if I want to use normal sticks or some different kind of sticks. I want to use normal sticks. Click done. And then I can just request like 10 redstone torches. And it's going to make them for me, which is going to make life so much easier. And I think it might even be able to auto-craft for us. And so if I want to make something with glass, for example, if I want to make some glass panes more than the 14 we already have, I'm pretty sure it would also go ahead and then request the glass panes if I needed those. I don't really need any redstone right now, these redstone torches, so I'm not going to make them. But that's pretty useful. Unfortunately, I don't know if there's an easy way. I don't think there's an easy way from within inside this table to send stuff back. Because you can't just do like this. You can't just put stuff back in here. It doesn't work. And so we are going to have to either dump stuff back in manually if we don't use them, or if we'd have to set up some kind of chest that takes items back down and puts them away in their respective locations. Speaking of which, let me get rid of like all the redstone there, and then most of the iron can just go back in that chest over there. And also this chest, I don't even want to. I don't want to talk about that chest. It's horrible. But let's go and put the iron in here. How is this doing? It seems, for the most part, to be doing fine. We should definitely be taking the stuff out of here that we're not using, because all this stuff is also going to back up pretty quickly. Power-wise, we're doing fine, more than fine. This is doing okay. And the alloy smelter seems to be keeping up, which is good. Only problem now, I guess, is that we don't have a lot of gold. And so I would like to have some kind of crushed netherrack sifting system. Is there an easy way to get netherrack? I know we can use redstone and lava, but that's a little bit expensive for my taste. Like, it's a little too expensive. And I know we can also go to the nether to get a bunch of netherrack, but I would like to be able to, for example, maybe grow some netherrack and then have that automatically go into either a pulverizer or an auto hammer or a sag mill or something to turn it into the crushed netherrack and then sieve it automatically, because it has a 100% chance to give us gold every single time. And once we've got a good supply of gold, much like the fact that we've now got a good supply of redstone, that's going to put us in a really good position to move forward, especially with logistics pipes. It's going to be able to allow us to expand rapidly, and also for making, like, you know, more chests and just a bunch of stuff in general. So it might be about time that we look into maybe getting into a bit of Botania, maybe a bit of magical crops, and I guess some soul sand as well.